But yeah, the Deepti Sharma run out. Let us all make it a clear point to say that it was a run out because that's what the MCC laws state.
In fact, a lot of people were pointing out to me as well. I'd done a video saying, change your title. It's not a Mankad. I said, there's a reason I put Mankad in single quotes, man. It's because it's not called that. It's just referred to as that. It is technically a run out.
You would remember that Nottingham test where MS Dhoni
called Ian Bell back.
Ian Bell was out, was dismissed, and they went in for a lunch break. And when they came out, the message had already been sent to the English team in their dressing room that Ian Bell can just walk back after the break and get on with his batting. And what happened after that? We all know what happened.
Bell scored 137 and India never recovered.
But if you're talking about giving warnings, there's one video of Chris Gale. He's bowling. He pulls back because the non-striker was clearly out and he just keeps going. Doesn't actually do anything. It doesn't stump him out. But that was his warning. Best warning.
That's the thing. Look, warning, I mean, simple. If the batter can start coming out of the crease for the sake of that run coming quickly, why can't the bowler be within his or her right to affect the run?
Absolutely.
Firstly, this so-called Mankading thing is the creation of the MCC and the Whites.
Charlie Dean today
attempted that in another
just a day after, but
Rachel
I think there it is. I think she was doing it just to tell everyone that listen, I also could have done it, but I'm not doing it.
Wow, give them the Spirit of Cricket award.
But what do you want to do with the Spirit of the Cricket award anyway?
You're not getting any brownie points for it.
Yeah.
No, MS Dhoni did get, although that was not a run out. See, he got that Spirit of the Game for the decade. From the ICC. So India lost that test match, that Nottingham test match.
Look, what would you
that, and then nobody and everybody forgot just a loss against
what would
India's
you take?
name. But eventually, ICC gave him that award.
Even Kane Williamson won the ICC Spirit of the.
He'd rather won the World Cup.
For the World Cup thing.
He'd rather won the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
No, so by the way, GGK is saying, do you think any skill is involved? I think instead of criticizing Deepti Sharma, we should praise her match awareness. Yeah?
Exactly. As Ashwin said.
Yeah, it is her skill, her presence of mind. And at that time, the non-striker didn't have the presence of mind.
And you have to make that decision in a fraction of a second.
Exactly.
Yes. By the way, all these guys, did you point out all these guys, we should call them out, Stuart Broad, Jimmy Anderson, all of them who are pointing out. How many times, that women's team, by the way, I don't think the women's team has taken offense to it as much as people on the outside. Stuart Broad and all are the same people who, Stuart Broad, Nick, that
a big edge that could be heard all over Nottingham.
Ashton Agar.
Yeah, Ashton Agar, 2013 Ashes.
Ashton Agar's ball, edges it, caught in first slip.
Yep.
Not even like
not even the keeper.
First slip catch.
Didn't walk.
Does not walk, Stuart Broad. So Stuart Broad has no right to comment.
Also, I mean, the beacon of morality, Piers Morgan, commented.
No, him I don't even consider. His opinion is not even important. As Stuart Broad is a cricketer. What is Piers Morgan?
A commentator.
He's not even a YouTuber. So
forget Sam Billings.
He doesn't even have a job right now. Does he have a job?
No, I'm sure he has something in the US.
No, he was sacked.
No, he's in the US doing some work or the other.
He's a guy who gives tips to Gary Lineker about football. Okay. So the less said, the better about him.
And
so
don't mention
his opinion doesn't count. I'm not even looking at his. I'm talking at least cricketers. Stuart Broad out. By the way, this same Stuart Broad was part of that English team when Grant Elliott collided with Ryan's side bottom, fell down, and then could not make his ground. The English team gave him run out. The umpires said, okay, technically according to the rules we have to give him a run out, but do you want to take your appeal back?
Yeah.
Collingwood did not. And Mr. Stuart Broad is standing next to him.
Yes.
Not once tells him no, against the spirit of the game we should call.
No, and imagine New Zealand are the nicest guys in the world. They were so incensed they didn't even open the door and greet Paul Collingwood after the match. Collingwood knocked, do you want to shake hands? They said no.
Absolutely.
That was the way. And
that is spirit.
That was actually against the spirit of the game.
1 year later, Champions Trophy, same thing happened. New Zealand withdrew the appeal.
Although I have a different take as far as rule is concerned, I'll go with what Deepti Sharma. It's then after that, I think it is a decision that has to be taken by the player, his or her captain, and the team as a whole. So if she did that, if she effected that run out, it's completely okay. But yes, she could have chosen not to, but that's still fair.
Has anyone actually seen what spirit of cricket looks like? Is it a visible commodity that we have seen?
No, it's just sort
It's
of
just
respect your
imaginary.
opponent.
You tell me, is sledging in spirit of cricket? Happens everywhere. Even in our matches, we do it, right? We do it. Who follows? I'm saying if you're going by true spirit, is sometime you bowl a bouncer and you hurt the batsman. Don't stop bowling bouncers. Oh, because it will hurt. Again, it's in the rules, so you bowl it.
No, I'm saying I don't know what I would have done at that in that sort of a situation. Maybe I would have also done the same thing, or maybe I wouldn't have. So it depends. And now that it is under the laws of the MCC, I think there's no point criticizing a player because tomorrow, trust me, every team will face a situation like this, and depending on the situation the match is in, I don't know, majority of the teams or players would want to do this.
And look at the kind of way the match was poised. They needed 16 runs or 17 runs.
17.
Yeah. With 6.3 overs left. 1 wicket was all India needed. Why are you gifting them that wicket by wandering out of your crease? In fact, as Pranit Datta points out in his super chat, he says that it was Harman who asked Deepti to affect that run out because it was quite clear that
she was doing it for the last couple of hours.
Yes.
No, but there's another image of Deepti also watching. While the fast bowler was bowling, she's watching him in a previous over. Charlie Dean going out of a crease. So even Deepti knew that is happening. So that's good match awareness. Yeah,
Exactly.
That's being sharp. I think you should praise her instead of criticizing her.
Simple.
If you are questioning the spirit of the game, it's the rule of cricket says that a batter has to be inside the crease at all times.
Exactly.
As simple as that. If that is unfair, what Deepti Sharma did, I think any player outside the crease, because that is also, it's a 22-yard strip, and if you are and if you are outside that crease, you are a couple of yards, you're making it shorter by a couple of yards, which is then unfair. I think that is where you should actually ask the spirit of the game.
Spirit of the game says, play hard and fair, respect your opponent. Is it disrespectful to your opponent to do something that's within the rules? Is it not playing hard?
That's how a lot of people are saying that this is not the way.
Weird perspective.
No, I think the argument is that get the player out using your skills and not like this. But even that, as I said, is smart.
It is a skill. You were
Smart
observing.
match awareness.
So then what is throwing on the stumps directly not a skill because it's not book lane mode. Is caught out not a skill? Come on.
I think if the English players, not the players who are playing on the field, I'm not talking about the 11 players who are there on the field. If the likes of Piers Morgan or Stuart Broad, Jimmy Anderson, Sam Billings, if they are feeling disrespectful, so I think even what the batter did was also
that's cheating.
Yes,
cheating.
That is cheating.
You're trying to get
that
an
is also
advantage
disrespectful.
illegally.
Exactly.
That is also disrespectful towards your towards the opposition.
This is the same Indian team that allowed a COVID positive person to
be
play
played.
that
Exactly.
game.
Because
in
she
the
was
Commonwealth.
asymptomatic.
Yeah,
Asymptomatic and mild symptoms.
yeah, but it's the same Commonwealth Games where the Indian player had to leave. I forget the name who tested positive, but it just
There were
happened
2 players before the tournament.
before that started.
Yeah.
Before the tournament started, while they were in Manchester.
And anyway, look, it's always been there that England and most of the other teams, they interpret the spirit of the game and sledging according to their own convenience.
Exactly.
It is never universal.
Aussies especially.
So if Australia get the dose of their own medicine, they say, oh no, it's not the spirit of the game. But when they do it, we are just touching the
Sydney Test match, we saw the spirit of the game. How much Australia showed.
exactly.
Because lest we forget, before
Even Steve Smith,
Steve Smith.
before
that
Sandpaper
brain
Gate,
fade.
Bangalore, yeah.
Sandpaper gate.
before Sandpaper
Mohali
Gate,
also,
you
in
had Nathan
Dharamshala.
Lyon talking about headbutting the line of decency. Is that not spirit of the game?
Yeah,
If you're looking to push the limits, is that not against the spirit of the game?
If you get caught, then you're in trouble. If you don't get caught, you'll keep on mouthing platitudes. That's the only thing that's happened in this case.
Because I remember even when that Joss Butler incident happened, when Ashwin got him, one of the most vocal critics was of all people Shane Warne.
yeah. Who I mean, God bless his soul.
Yeah.
He's the one who caught hold of a batsman's collar while
In the middle of a match.
Marlon
Marlon
Samuels.
Samuels.
Yeah.
Samuels,
Big Bash
in the
League.
middle of a match. And later said, I was only doing it so that, you know.
And was banned for drugs also, prohibited substances.
Right, 1 year.
Yeah.
2003 World
That's
Cup.
very convenient. Good on Deepti Sharma. I think she deserves
Yeah,
accolades
I mean,
for doing what
As
she
I-
does.
I think more people need to do it and start normalizing it. So that
And exactly, I think these are still early days. In times to come, maybe a decade later, this might just become a norm, and people will not be surprised. I said, tell me one thing: had MS Dhoni been there at the non-strikers end where Joss Butler was, would Ashwin have done the same thing?
I think he would have.
Virat Kohli?
Yes. He doesn't bother about reputation that much.
No, I'm just asking. You know,
I don't know. It's a good question.
I'm just asking
He
you.
would have not done it. He would have not
He
done
wouldn't have done it.
it. He wouldn't have done it.
But then that's not fair.
No. You're asking like
If Virat
or Dhoni was.
MS Dhoni.
Yes, he would have done it.
He would have.
He would have. He doesn't care about reputation.
That's good. That's good then.
Yeah.
if he's impartial in that regard, then fair.
Yeah.
See, he's somebody who clearly speaks his
I
mind
thought
out
you
and
were
his
saying
actions.
if MS was captain and
No, I'm saying if
was a
MS,
non-striker.
MS was there or a Virat Kohli, the Indian captain at that time,
I don't
Ashwin
know,
would
that's
have
a
done
good
it.
question. That's a good question whether he would have done it or not. But Sid, who's often
Because
been a big
in IPL
supporter of Ashwin, says that.
See, because his actions are clear.
Says he would
Whatever-
have. So we'll agree to. We'll take his word for it.
Because
We'll take
his
his word on Ashwin Tata.
you think Ashwin believes in spirit of the game?
no.
That's what
No, he believes in rules.
Yeah.
That's good.
No,
No,
fair
I,
enough,
I
fair
supported
enough.
Ashwin when he did it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I support Deepti Sharma when she did it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like I again, you remember that one point where Inzamam was given obstructing the ball. That also at that time felt unfair. He was not taking any advantage.
He was not taking anything.
He
was
just
very
like
free.
walked
ran
up
up
a
from,
bit
I think,
and
mid
stood
off.
there through the, from mid off. He actually saved himself.
I know.
By putting it back. You appeal. That also you could have taken the appeal back, saying no.
But it didn't happen.
To be fair, NZ and
And
commentary.
there, I think in Samam,
He was the king of commentary dismissals.
I remember in that World Cup final, the 2019 World Cup, there was a huge hue and cry over
Ben Stokes.
Ben Stokes, you know,
That
being-
bat, it hit the bat and went to,
yeah. It got deflected. The ball got deflected. And was went
6
over the
runs
fence.
were awarded when it should have been 5.
So a lot of. Even today, I think that was complete. That was a call that Ben Stokes wouldn't have made.
Yeah.
That was a call taken by the umpire as per the rules. So I know a lot of people say that
didn't focus.
England won it. They were New Zealand were unlucky. That you can still say that they were unlucky,
They were.
but to say that England were not the real winners of that T20, I think if we are saying that Deepti Sharma went by the rules, Ashwin went by the rules,
They also went by the rule.
the ICC and the organizing
Boundary
committee of
count.
that World Cup, they also
Correct.
There was a boundary
went by-
count rule.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course. That was
which
the
of course
rule.
we were not. At least I
wasn't aware
in
of
that
it.
day. I wasn't aware.
Like I don't look at Ashwin differently before that incident and now.
That time also you had
No.
similar opinions about
Yeah,
it.
like
today
I know
also.
that he's a very good test match bowler. I always thought he's
Test
a
match
thinking
is the
cricketer.
catchword, huh?
No, which is true. He's a very good test match bowler, but he hasn't had the same returns in white ball, especially T20. But I remember that. I will also remember as a nice thinking cricketer, and those are the things that I remembered him before that incident and now. So nothing has changed for me between that. I don't know if
I mean, he's been doing
Someone-
this ever since 2012. It's not as if he did something new in 2019 IPL. He did it in 2012 at the Gabba, but the captain withdrew the appeal.
Yeah.
That was the only difference at that time.
Anime fan says, did Nikhil support Ashwin when he used monketing as a form of dismissal? Yes, I did. You can search my Twitter timeline and you will find it that I did.
Ditto.
I think the English media and the English cricketers, they are no longer the voice of cricket in the world.
And even if they were voice of cricket, why should they listen to that?
Earlier, whatever they would do, that would be the be all and end all of everything as far as cricket.
If Rohit or Kohli are trying to take unfair advantage by stepping out before the ball, I'm not saying delivery side, before the ball leaves the hand of the bowler, then that's unfair advantage.